John here from Role Model Arcade, and today I've got something a little bit special to show you. So besides me here, I've got two of our Mortal Kombat 2 replica cabinets. Obviously special in their own right, but the extra special bit on this today is this cabinet here and the monitor that's inside it. Inside this cabinet, we have the Unico 26-inch 4x3 CRT replacement monitor that they offer. And basically, it's the only 26-inch 4x3 flat panel monitor available on the market today. And obviously, it's specific to arcade machines. So, if you looked at the rear of this, you'd see that it's got connections for CGA, VGA, and HDMI. And essentially, what you could do with it is connect up your jammer harness so that you can then slot in any PCB that's jammer straight into the cabinet, and it will play straight through the harness to the monitor itself rather than going via VGA cable or HDMI. Now, if memory serves me correctly, the original cabinet in the early 90s came with a 25-inch 4x3 monitor. Being a CRT as well, you would have your plastic bezels around it to account for the curve on the screen and whatnot. So with a 26-inch monitor, that's a perfect replacement because without those extra bezels, it actually fits in exactly as the original would have looked like it did. Now, when you look at these two side by side, you might think to yourself, well, why do you not just offer this one? Why do you not just offer this one with the perfect monitor in it, the one that looks, feels exactly as it should? Well, the cabinet we've got further over there, that comes with a 24-inch widescreen. Now, the biggest reason that we offer both is price. So if you were to order yourselves one of these 26-inch Unico monitors, by the time it arrived on your doorstep, because they are imported, you're probably looking at about £350 it's cost you when you include shipping, and you include duties, taxes, anything else that you'll end up getting charged. So £350 versus our 24-inch widescreen, which you'll get one of them for around 100, maybe £120, depending on which one you wanted to go for. So that's quite a big jump in price to go from £100 to £350, hence why obviously this is going to be a higher price on our website as well to account for the monitor in it. So the question is, even with the price difference, which one would I choose out of the two of these? Now personally, I'd prefer, even with the extra cost, the 26-inch 4x3. Reason being, and you know, might as well have a play on it while we're talking about it. The reason being that this cabinet here, the screen looks exactly as it should. It looks the right size. The game doesn't look stretched, doesn't look bigger than it should going that way. And also, if you were to drop this monitor in other cabinets, what you'll realise is even though with a widescreen monitor you didn't notice it as much, all these games that you're playing in recent years will be slightly stretched, slightly skewed, but it's hard to tell unless you've got them side by side. Now, what a lot of the modern hardware will allow you to do, especially the Pandora 10, which we use, it will let you adjust the monitor to use a 4x3 aspect ratio even on a widescreen monitor, which is great. And I can actually do that on this one if I show you now. The only downside to that is, if I do change that, so here's it stretched slightly on a widescreen, which obviously you may struggle to tell unless you have them side by side. But what happens if I go and change the settings to 4x3, as great as it is that it's now 4x3, that screen has just got very, very small. And I'd say the actual area that you see the image on is probably the equivalent of a 19, maybe a 20-inch 4x3 monitor. So, you know, going from a 26-inch to essentially a 19-20-inch, it's a massive difference. So, as I said before, which one would I choose? Quite easily, even with the extra cost, this one over here. It just looks and plays like it should. Now, I've gone on a lot about this monitor, but it is quite a special monitor to be able to put in our cabinets. But why don't we talk a little bit about the actual cabinets themselves? So obviously, these are cabinets that we manufacture ourselves in-house. They are exact replicas to the original. The shape and size, everything is probably within about 5, maybe 10 millimeters tolerance of the original, which is, if you ask me, is pretty damn close. Now, what you end up getting is a cabinet that looks and feels like it should, but you also get the benefit of modern hardware. So obviously a modern flat panel screen, without a doubt, is a benefit over a CRT if you want an easy life. We get a lot of people who they would much prefer a CRT, and I understand, because then it is actually exactly as it was, whereas this is pretty damn close. But the problems you get with a CRT, for me, definitely outweigh the benefits. And also, for us as a manufacturer, we can't really put CRTs in our cabinets and then offer a 12-month warranty because there's no such thing as a brand new CRT. So what else do we get with this? So I've mentioned modern monitors, whether you go for the widescreen or the Unico. You also get coin mech down here. Now the coin door we put in these, as standard, we put a token mech. So it will learn any token you want. Also with these you get, and you'll have to excuse the top here, it's not quite finished, this cabinet yet. You'll get LEDs in the lights at the top. So again, nice and bright, nice modern, low hassle, no changing of bulbs. You also get, as standard, we put generic, good quality joysticks and buttons in. If you do prefer to have Sousa Hap or to have Samoa buttons and joysticks, just let us know. We can happily put them in for a small extra cost. Now the last thing I want to mention on this machine is the artwork on the side. Now obviously this is a reproduction of the original artwork, printed on thick vinyl, laminated as well to protect it. But the thing that's extra special about it, this print on here, which we started using initially, isn't the print that you're going to see from our cabinets in the future, certainly this cabinet. We've been lucky enough to be working with Sean down at Repro Arcade, who has provided us with some much better artwork for the side of the cabinets. Now, looking at this looks perfect, it looks pristine, it looks exactly as it should, until you see the work Sean's done. Now, what Sean has is some associates in the States who will scan the machine for him, one of the original ones that they've got. They'll send the file over to him and he'll work his magic, and by the time he's finished and he's repaired all the blemishes on that scan, it looks absolutely stunning. And as I say, if you've seen this now and you think this looks great, just wait till you see it with Sean's artwork on. So obviously a big shout out to Sean there as well. So final thoughts time. Obviously I'm going to say these cabinets are fantastic, because after all, it was me that designed them, it was us that built them. But I say that, and I genuinely mean it. I'm absolutely astounded at how well these have come out by the time we finished with them. And we've even had one of our, I'll call him a resident customer, who is an absolute fanatic when it comes to Mortal Kombat and the original games. And he's come in, he tends to come in quite regularly, to be fair. And he's played these machines and he's played the two together. And he actually said it looks and feels exactly like the original as far as he remembers. And he can still complete the entire game, start to finish, in about 10 minutes, which it still baffles me. I think I still struggle to get past the first few levels anyway. But yeah, getting back on track. Two machines, obviously you've got two options. Which one would I go for? Even with the extra cost, it's well worth going for the 26-inch 4x3, especially if you like a machine to look and feel exactly as it should. Because up until now, and until Unico came up with these flat panel monitors, there was no way of having a modern cabinet with modern features without the hassle of a CRT that looked and felt as it should. So if I was going to get one, I'd be definitely getting it with this monitor in here. But obviously, it comes down to you, comes down to your budget. What do you think? Now, as I always say, you're more than welcome to pop down to the workshop if you want to try these. If you want to have a go of one just for the sake of having a go of them, obviously you're more than welcome. If you want to have a go of them with the idea to actually purchase one, even better for us, but we're more than happy for people to drop in. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope for some of you as well, it's brought back some lovely memories seeing this machine look as it used to. If you have enjoyed our video as well, keep an eye out, because you may have spotted in the background here our Turtles and our Simpsons replicas, which we'll soon be doing videos of as well. And they do potentially have the same monitor in them if you choose to. So yeah, have a great rest of your day.